There's been a lot of talk in the news about Senator Ted Cruz. Teddy Cruz, the Republican senator from Texas who is in the presidential run or announced his presidential candidacy for 2016. One of the first Republican presidential candidates to announce. And one of the biggest controversies around him is his seemingly inability to get the facts right. Whether you want to say he's lying or he just doesn't know the facts or he makes shit up. Either way, there does seem to be a lot of evidence to suggest that Ted Cruz is way off base and totally incorrect on most, if not all, of what he says. In light of that, I'm kind of curious why Glenn Beck and the Blaze seems to be supporting Ted Cruz. I mean, Glenn, to me, was pretty impressive in his interview with Tim Ferriss, and he was talking about how he likes to check things out for himself, and he thinks that other people should do that. He says he doesn't trust people that just take my word for it. You should check it out for yourself, which I wholeheartedly think that is a good way to do things. I think you should check things out for yourself. So, forwardprogressives.com says that PolitiFact, so you can either go to Forward Progressives or read the article or go to PolitiFact. PolitiFact is great for checking statements that politicians make and whether they're true or false. So PolitiFact decided to highlight the profiles of various speakers, and it pointed out just how dishonest Cruz really is, they say. He has been a U.S. Senator for just over 2 years, and in that time, PolitiFact has only deemed one of his 42 statements they've investigated to be true. One out of 42 statements were deemed to be true that Ted Cruz made. This is a pretty glaring, pretty bad track record. Why would you support somebody like this? And why would Glenn Beck and the Blaze support somebody like this? Is it just because they like what they think his platform is? Although if somebody is incorrect or lies or whatever you want to call it that much, how could you even really know what their platform is? It says the interesting thing is that the only one that was true was about toilets. Crazy. 42 statements made by Ted Cruz were fact-checked and only one was correct. This article was published on February 27th, 2015. It's just crazy. It's the article, or the fact that was correct was about toilet seats and government regulations pertaining to businesses having to provide access to restrooms for workers and height requirements for public restrooms to accommodate people with disabilities. So, they say, yes, Cruz was correct when he said that the government does regulate toilet seats. I don't even know why that would have come up. But out of 42 statements made in 2 years as a senator, one was actually correct. So he was telling the truth or was factual once out of 42 times when he made a statement as a senator. Not a track record. I don't care what platform you're running on, how great you sound. If that is your track record for telling the truth, for being correct when you open your mouth and speak, when you state a fact, if you're only right 1 out of 42 times in 2 years, that's awful. That's bloody awful. You don't want that type of people for president, that type of person for president. I wouldn't vote for them. And so my question is, why would Glenn Beck and the Blaze be so excited? Seemingly, they seem to be behind Ted Cruz. Why? How do you explain this type of thing? I don't get it. Maybe you can respond, let our viewers know, and, I don't know. If you guys have any comments, leave them below. What do you think of Ted Cruz? Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back soon.